What is up, you guys? It's your boy Ghost back at it with another video, and today we are going to be doing the brand new MOC 12 and talking about a few things that I kind of want to address regarding not only Age of Star but my plans for the future and for the games that I'm currently playing. But before that, please still leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future, and leave a comment on some video ideas and topics you'd like me to talk about. This video will actually be going up on the main channel instead of the Gotcha channel, since I know I'd get more views here. Anyway, enjoy. First thing, let's talk about Cyrene. Last week we received 3.7 special program and learned about a lot of things. For starters, the banners are supposed to be Cass, Hyacin, and Tribute in the first half, with Phynon, Midas, Cypher second half, with Cyrene running the entire patch. Now, we're also supposed to be getting one of those golden token things, with them adding Topaz to the shop and spending the event that lets you unlock a bow skin for Cyrene. Now, Cyrene is supposed to be a support for all the Chrysosayers, and her kit definitely does reflect that, but I feel like Hoyoverse and Star Wars dev teams have just simply lost the plot. Let me explain. Miss Pink Elf is most likely cooked inside of the 4.x patch cycle because of the fact that she will not be able to get any more teammates due to her being the last Enforced character to release. This is again only because she supports only the Kratos heirs, so no Herta, Saber, and Archer will not be getting buffed by her because they aren't Kratos heirs, which really makes me think if pulling her would be the best decision for my own casters team. For you all that don't know, I already have a fully invested cast team, and as of the new game mode, I already have my 3 different teams with Rappa, Acheron, and Cass. So all these teams are already complete too. So I'm more focused on vertical investment than I am feeling like pulling for Cyrene of all characters. Also, back to the special program, I think it's really scummy that they decided to use an E6 Cyrene for the showcase because they know they messed up her kit at E0. At this point, I'm not too sure for the future of this game because they simply continuously make bad decisions over and over and over again. I feel like I'm more closer to dropping the game than continuing to make content on it. As of right now, my account can still clear pretty comfortably, but I worry that it might not be that way in the future. For now, I think after I get constants, I'll try to save for E6 Cyrene, and not Cyrene, Fugue, because she's absolutely stunning and my favorite character in the game, and then probably quitting. Next thing, Genshin. Here is how I will structure this. First, I will list my plans for Genshin, my current problems, the Miniature Wonderland, and last but not least, I will talk about Hoyo. So, I plan on attempting to pull for Nefer, Colombina, C6 Nilo, Syndrome, and possibly Alice. And I am not too sure about after. Now that I've got that out of the way, I have not been enjoying Genshin as of the late. And I repeat, I've not been enjoying this game. This is mainly because of the absolutely shitty designed bosses, Spiral Abyss, in-game content, and the little bits of URL updates we've been getting throughout the patches. Let's start off with this shitty designed bosses, which also goes into Spiral Abyss in-game, because I can make a whole video talking about everything bad about the current boss designs. Matter of fact, I was actually about to do it, but I was too late. By the time I was going to upload a video for the next patch, Not Cry, the new patch, had already released, but I can make an updated version of that because Not Cry bosses equally suck. Let's start off with Natlan though, because that's where it all started. Natlan basically requires Night Soul. I know you can defeat the bosses with enough elemental application. Same thing with any of the bosses in this game, but the main focus is still Night Soul. Night Soul enemies suck. I was okay with with them putting it on the characters, but them adding them on the bosses was one of the worst mechanics for an enemy to have in gacha gaming as a whole, and I will stand by that. Not Cry only added onto my shit list when it comes to boss design as a whole, because recently Not Cry added the Wild Hunt mechanic. Let me tell you how this thing works. Basically, after you kill the boss, you technically don't, because you still need enough elemental application in order to fully finish off an enemy, and it can also regain its health, causing you to have to kill it again and then use elemental application to actually fully finish it off again. You either need elemental applications or lunar reactions, which are only obtainable by getting the new characters that are releasing in Not Cry, except for Ino, since she is a hydro applicator with no lunar reaction inside of her kit. These mechanics are absolutely horrible, and them adding these enemies to Spiral Abyss has been the reason I don't want to play Spiral Abyss as of recent. I actually let one of my friends do Spiral Abyss on my account because I didn't even want to attempt this Abyss. Imaginary in Theater also got worse with the extra floors. I tried it on stream once, and I genuinely wanted to punch a hole in the wall. It is the worst game mode in Genshin Impact history, and if you like this game mode, I don't know, I just wanted to say that. Anyway, I won't say anything about Stygian because I don't really care for it that much. I just get my primos and I leave. Now with the recent QOL, something that we desperately need in Genshin is the entire resin overflow system that all the other games have. Like, Genshin is so outdated because why don't we have this? And they still don't budge and move an inch when it comes to this. I don't want to feel forced to sign in because my resin is going to overflow. I don't want to feel like I'm held at gunpoint every time that thing hits 190. Also, Milliastra Wonderland. What the heck was in their minds when it came to making this mode? I did not have the best expectations for this mode to begin with, since there's games like Fortnite and Roblox that are already basically this, but better. So why would I want to make a map inside of Genshin compared to Fortnite and Roblox? First of all, Roblox is already known for this stuff, so it's not exactly too much competing with that. Secondly, Fortnite is made on Unreal Engine, which is one of the most common game engines that studios will use nowadays. Not only this, they have Unreal Editor baked in to Fortnite Creative. Like, this is the same engine that big game companies, studios like Sega and some indie devs, like, you probably didn't know that Wuwa was probably made on, Wuwa was made on it. DNA was made on it. Some other games too, and it allows for some actual coding when it comes to EWFN, along with Roblox too. And it's kind of compared to what I at least think Milliastra's like. But the cherry on top of what really upsets me with Milliastra is the gacha system. As soon as I heard that this mode would have a gacha system, I knew it was cooked. Already making enough money from the regular banners, so why add it to this system? It's all just really scummy. They could have just made it its own game like what they were doing with Nexus Anima. Granted, I will not be playing that game. I also would not be playing this theoretical Milliastra Wonderland game. Also, there are no free-to-play polls for the limited gacha banner. You know, the one where the outfits are actually supposed to come from. Like, they just completely dropped the ball with this mode. I really hope that Hoyo makes better decisions with games like ZZZ under their belt, and ZZZ is probably the only game made by them that isn't exactly bad right now. For example, we got the Miyabi patch back then, along with Howard Masa running at the same time, and at the same time we also got like both Seat Lolly and Mavuika in that same half. ZZZ made Haramasa free and gave him away, which made it a lot better for ZZZ. Also, the banners were like this for the entire patch. Why didn't they just split the banners for Genshin? Not only this, the Archer Light Cone, the current Vivian skin, in order to obtain Archer's free light cone, you needed about like 120 pulls on the banner in that patch. The number is pretty absurd, especially when they knew this character was going to be around for like multiple patches. But that's mainly because we don't get as much pulls like we did with Ratio and First Annie. With the Zenless Vivian skin, you only need like 180 pulls to get the skin, and this number is also equally absurd, but we still have like 2 patches before it goes away, and Zenless is pretty generous when it comes to pulls so far. It's probably the only Hoyo game that I don't dread spending money on at the moment, which is crazy to say, but that's how I feel. Overall, I'm getting very frustrated with Hoyoverse as a company, especially when we have more games coming out this year and next year, like DNA coming out today, Wuwa 3.0, NTE and Anta, and also this is pretty out of left field, but P5X, I know it was pretty bad at first, but trust me when I see this, it has gotten better. It's one of probably, dare I say, the most free-to-play gachas I've played since they updated the changes. Well, since they made a lot of changes. Like, we finally have the guarantee banner. We have a task system where you can get free constellations for your characters, basically. One of those games are called awarenesses and stuff. Anyway, that doesn't have restrictions when it comes to who you want to get the cons for. And tons of events along with mementos. But the only drawback is that the soft pity system is pretty non-existent. And with the character shards, you need 60 in order to make 1 con. And that's kind of it. Anyway, I'd like to do a lot more videos like this in the future. Probably make a few guides and maybe make videos on the new games I'm playing, and honestly just kind of have fun. And those 2 games are just not doing it too much for me right now. I think I'm going to end it here, and yeah, let me know how you guys feel in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Also the socials, and also I stream on Twitch, so go follow there. And peace.
Combat needs optimizing. This is double speed. Don't let waves open your throat. Be intoxicated. In the abyss's rebels, your cries rise. Time for fun.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Offer you a requiem.
Another journey begins, destined for oblivion.